crushing defeat for the Tories and Labour. The Tories having their worst election result for almost 200 years.
It looks to me like the British people have sent a very strong message about stopping Brexit.
Get over it, you lot.
Well, a big win for the Brexit Party, that's very clear.
The biggest party. The biggest party in the UK. So this party, he's only been started a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
Brexit Party.
In European Parliament.
And they got the biggest number of votes. And everybody from the Conservative Party, like so many people from the Conservative Party, they joined and jumped on the bandwagon. I think people are just pissed off.
Right.
So they are to the left and to the right, but not in the middle. The middle doesn't work. People are really given up on the way that Europe is currently being managed. And some people draw the conclusion that, okay, let's stop Europe, and the other ones say, okay, let's do it better.
Put no-deal Brexit back on the table, make it part of our negotiations, and I want us, as the Brexit Party, to be engaged in that.
Don't touch it.
Change UK, the Lib Dems and the Greens, we are out-polling the hard Brexit parties.
We are the comeback kids of politics. We are here. We are back. We have enormous strength now. The clear conclusion from tonight is that those parties that made it their business to be saying that our future is better off inside the EU had a really fantastic night.
The most important issue was what was our
Labour and Democrats, Labour and Conservatives together had less than 25% of the votes.
No.
That's really wow.
On leaving the European Union, and we were not clear about it. We were not clear on the one single thing that people wanted to hear.
This is a terrible night for the Conservative Party, and that's because we haven't delivered on Brexit.
Radical Party.
J'y vois la victoire du peuple, qui avec fierté et dignité a repris ce soir le pouvoir.
Orban also sticks around.
Non solo la Lega è il primo partito in Italia, Marine Le Pen è il primo partito in Europa, in Francia Nigel Farage è il primo partito in Gran Bretagna, è il segno di un'Europa che cambia.
The European Parliament is the place to, for example, work on climate protection, because climate does not stop at the borders. And we have seen that this is a great concern for citizens all over the European Union.
Ça semble être contre-intuitif. En tout cas, c'est très important pour une élection qu'on présentait comme un test à haut risque pour l'Europe, chahutée par la montée des populismes, remise en cause. En fait, elle ne l'est pas tant que ça, remise en cause. En tout cas, elle sort renforcer cette idée européenne de cette participation.
So, more people coming to vote means that there is more pro-Europe turnout. One of the reasons why the Brexit poll was so far-reaching was because actually so few people voted in that poll, and only the people who had a very strong vested interest were the ones who voted. Therefore, the results were dramatic. The biggest thing that we can hold against the former Labour leader. What's his name?
Corbyn?
No, before that. Before the.
Oh, this one is Syria's supported guy.
What's his name?
Syria, it's Prime Minister.
Yeah, Prime Minister.
Mm.
What's his name again?
I forget that.
Kimoto-san, do you remember the name of the former Prime Minister of England from Labour?
Oh,
He's a kind of a charming guy.
yes.
Yeah. Anyway, during when he was Prime Minister, this was voted upon, and he failed completely to inspire people to go out and vote.
He had a mistake of the Scotland vote.
Yeah. So really, like that's two big mistakes that he made. And well, that's now turns out to be like disastrous for England and their future. So. Okay, so the expected win of the populists did materialize, but it was not as big as was actually expected. We thought it would be worse, but I think actually also because of the Brexit, everything that's happening in England, a lot of people in a lot of other countries thought, okay, so we can't let this happen. We don't want our country to be next and step out of the European Union.
But how do you think about Brexit?
How do I feel about Brexit?
Yeah.
I think it's a very big step back. And because the main objective of Europe, and the main objective of Europe is to maintain peace. It's not that long ago that we were fighting out wars like every other year in Europe. And we have been doing that for centuries. And I think Europe, the EU, has really contributed towards stabilization of Europe. And we haven't seen, we have seen the war in Yugoslavia, but the number of wars that we have seen in the past decades are very minimum compared to what we saw before. So England getting out of Europe, I think, is a very big loss for Europe itself.
But so
so Brexit for me is a very bad development because it basically takes.
But finally, no deal, right?
Well, I don't think with this election result, I think everybody will feel that they will need to, especially the Conservatives who are in Parliament, they will feel that if they don't include Farage into their negotiation delegation with Europe, then they will lose. They will alienate a lot of their voters. Farage took away all his votes almost from the Conservative Party. So they will have to do something with him. And I think if the Conservative Party is selfish and is just going to focus on how to keep their political damage limited, they will probably start to push a Brexit agenda. They can't ignore it anymore. Otherwise, they will commit suicide. So I'm afraid that this actually will have impact, and this will lead to England actually leaving the EU.